Will you do me one favor? Will you all raise your right hand and swear you will stop sending politicians to the rest of us? Please! Until you get it right, stop sending them. Have a seat. Thank you so much. Here's the question that we're going to begin with. Is the American experiment over? That is the question. And quite honestly, we have been asking it for a long time. It's not just the Democrats. It's not just Barack Obama. This has been going on for a long time, believe me. Doing talk radio to an audience that is very right. I wasn't real popular when I said, whoa, 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 what is George W. Bush doing? What is he doing? What's prescription drugs D, keeping the border open? What are you doing? It made no sense. We have a choice. We had a choice under George W. Bush, and some people in the Republican Party began to wake up. Then we said we wanted change. We didn't get a change, though, in direction. We got a change in speed. That must stop. We must change directions. The kind of change America was looking for was a restoration of our honor and our principles and our values and the entrepreneurial spirit. When people say, oh, we want to take the country back, there are many people in the country that say, take it back from whom? Take it back from the establishment that has taken it from the individual. This country, when you ask somebody who is the leader of the United States of America, they will always answer Barack Obama or George W. Bush. Wrong answer. The leader is the people. We need the people. They follow us. I've got good news for you. For a long time, I've never seen anything quite like what has happened in the last year and a half. I've seen a smear campaign of the American people unlike anything I've ever seen. The Tea Party and the 9/12 group. It is incredible to me how they have taken those good people, the people that we saw on the Restoring Honor rally in Washington, D.C. The star of that was not me or a big king or anybody else, but it was the people that were standing there. The biggest unreported story in the history, possibly, of this nation is who is showing up. It's not racists. It's not people that are just angry. They are good, decent, hard-working people who are frightened for their country, frightened for their children. They are smart people that understand you cannot continue to spend the way we have been spending for generations. FDR knew you couldn't pass the debt of Social Security on to the people in 1980. Those are his words, and yet they did it anyway. I mean, I remember Ronald Reagan before he was even president saying this is not going to last long. And then we heard in the 90s it wasn't going to last until, maybe 2013, 2018. Well, unfortunately, we had a few things come our way to speed that up. So now why are people surprised when we say we can't afford all of this? Why do they think it's politics? It's true. So now what are we going to do about it? There have been people throughout all of history, from ancient Rome, Greece, to today, the story never changes. There comes a point in history where each civilization has to make a choice. And every single civilization in the history of man has made the same choice. Destruction. They have not been willing to stand up and do the right thing, do the hard thing. Well, Well, I got news. The American people are willing and ready and eager and begging to do the right thing and the hard thing, and we shall not perish from this earth. The question is the American experiment over? The answer is clearly no, it is not over. An experiment implies that you will have failures. Well, we have had a progressive idea for about 100 years, and it is a failure. And it is time to say now, that doesn't work. It would be great if the utopia, if it did work, but it doesn't work. So now we have to write a new chapter. The question is the book of the American experiment closing, or are we turning the page? Let me tell you something. One of the best headlines I think I've ever read, gave me more joy than any headline I've read in a long time, was this week after the elections, the primaries. It just said, establishment freaked. And not just the establishment for the Republicans, but for the Democrats, and for the media, and for corporate America that wants to live off of your wallet, and for anybody else all around the world that wants to live off the sweat of your brow. They should freak, because we've had enough. We're going to set things right. The great news is you have been painted as a hate monger, you've been painted as a racist, you've been painted as all kinds of things. They have said over and over and over again, this won't work, it will fail, they're at the end. It won't last, it won't happen until the election's midterm, surely the presidential election. They have no idea. They have no idea. So now, as the Tea Party finds itself in a position to where it is the beginning of the end of the establishment, they find themselves, you find yourself at the end of the beginning. So now, what do you do? The first chapter has been written. What's the next chapter? Are you going to continue to gather? Damn right. But here's the hard part. The first part was to try to get the people you thought were the easiest to get on your side. They weren't. The establishment of the Republicans are still fighting. You've got Trent Lott saying, last thing we need is a bunch of these Tea Party goers coming in. They've got to be co-opted. Really, Trent? I don't think that's going to happen. So, you had to get them on your side. And some of them you did. Some of them you didn't. But it's about values and principles. You went to Washington because you needed them to feel. You needed them to see numbers. Forget about it. Now, the next phase is to make sure, I've gotten a lot of heat this week for saying this, but Tea Parties, as much as I love the lady in the Statue of Liberty, we've got to stop. And here's why. Every time I have ever spoken to a group, I was in Seattle, 10,000 people. It was unbelievable. And I saw this woman who was dressed as the Statue of Liberty, and she looked, a smaller version, but she looked like a Statue of Liberty. And I said to my crew, I said, that will be the front page of the Seattle